Honorable Chairperson, I thank you for giving me this opportunity to participate in the discussion on National Institute of Pharmaceutical Education and Research Amendment Bill 2021 on behalf of YSRCP of Andhra Pradesh. I thank Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Sri Y. Jagan Mohan Reddy sir, for promoting me to this August house. Sir, there are many problems plaguing pharmaceutical education and research in India. Unfortunately, we have a great visionary leader in Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji, who brought historical changes in Indian polity, and I wish pharmacy education in India sees international standards with his blessings. Sir, with tributes to late Sri Mahadeva Lal Shroff, the father of Indian pharmacy education, I begin my speech. Sir, at the outset, we support the bill, but we have few suggestions. Sir, COVID crisis made it abundantly clear that pharmaceutical research is the need of the hour. I thank the medical faculty who played a key role in helping the nation tide over the crisis. Researchers, pharmaceutical industry also played a key role. Though we failed to supply adequate medical oxygen to the hospitals in right time, our committed doctors, nurses, and frontline government staff have done a wonderful job. Varki Shatakoti Vandanal. After learning costly lessons from COVID, we should revisit our strategies of medical care and set new goals. The lessons which we learned during the crisis were: number one, the rural healthcare infrastructure should be improved. Number two, oxygen carrying cryogenic tanks should be procured in large numbers. Though our industrial oxygen was in abundant quantities, we failed to deliver oxygen because we were lacking in cryogenic tankers. The third lesson we learned from COVID is that we need to boost up pharmaceutical research in India. So we tried many drugs during COVID crisis, but most of them were withdrawn from the clinical practice. So research is the key, sir, to face any future crisis. We should also be ready to tackle any future chemical or biological sabotage. Sir, when we look at the status of pharmaceutical education and research in India, things are not encouraging. There are nearly 2,800 pharmacy colleges in India, which train about 2,70,000 students every year. Presently, India has about 8 lakh pharmacists, whereas USA has 3 lakhs pharmacies. Sir, our share in world pharma business is just 3%. By volume, we are at 3rd position in the world, but by value, we are at 14th position in the world. It means that we have huge volume, but less value. Comparatively, USA value of pharma business is 60%. Sir, we are supplying generic drugs to 200 countries. We are giving more drugs to the world, but earning less. For example, we supply 1 lakh tablets and earn only 10,000 rupees. This is because we are leaders in bulk drug production, whereas we are far behind in innovation of new drugs. Sir, it is astonishing to note that in the past 35 years, we have given only 14 drugs to the world. India has given only 14 drugs to the world, whereas USA has given 300 new drugs to the world in just 5 years. So we have designed very few drugs and we have very few patents. This is a very critical point we should take care of. Though India is called the pharmacy of the world, our earnings are meager. This is because our pharma economy is labor-driven. It is not knowledge-driven economy. Sir, there are many positive features in the bill that are likely to strengthen the 7 NIPERs. Our first NIPER situated in Punjab, which was declared as National Institute of Importance by Principal Act of 1998. Likewise, the present bill intends to classify 6 other NIPERs situated at Ahmedabad, Hazipur, Kolkata, Guwahati and Raebareli as institutes of national importance. This is a welcome measure, sir. And likewise, through this bill, Government of India wants to establish a central council to monitor the activities of 7 NIPERs. This is also a welcome measure. The central council shall guide the institutions with regards to course and duration, admission standards, staff recruitment, fee structure, examinations, and all others. The bill intends to reduce the number of members of governing bodies from 23 to 12. This is supposedly for rationalization. We welcome all these amendments, sir, but we have few suggestions to make. Sir, we need to look at the recommendations of the Standing Committee on Chemicals and Fertilizers. Myself being the member of that committee, the report was submitted on August 4th this year, sir. First point made by the committee was social justice. Sir, the slogan Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas and Sabka Prayas should be translated into reality. It is not just sloganeering, sir. Sir, in the Principal Act mandates at least one SC or ST person in the Board of Governors of 7 NIPERs. This point is missing the present amendment bill, sir. It appears that Sabka Saath and Sabka Prayas is gone from your slogan. The committee suggested that 3 MPs to be nominated to the council who should have prior experience in medical fields. That is also a welcome measure, sir. If possible, that should be followed strictly. And also the committee suggested that Director of Board of Governors of NIPERS be appointed by council and not by the members of the boards. This is also missing in the bill, sir. Committee also pointed out the delay in approval of new proposals from 5 different states. They asked for new NIPERS at Madurai, Jalwar, Nagpur, New Raipur and Bengaluru. Since 9 years, this is pending, sir. There is no mention of this in the bill. Likewise, Andhra Pradesh, having very few central institutions, deserves a NIPER. We have launched NIPER Institute to Hyderabad after division of the state. The committee recommended that council meetings be conducted twice a year, but the bill says it's only once a year. It needs to be look into that, sir. Regarding transfers of faculty members from one NIPER to other, a mutual sharing and learning among NIPERs is very much needed and it should be promoted, sir. This is also not mentioned in the bill. Sir, committee's recommendation with regards to promotion of indigenous medical systems is also not mentioned in the bill, sir. In our recent study tour of NIPERs, we observed that lab facilities should be upgraded. I request the Honorable Minister to respond on this point. Sir, being a medical graduate, I would like to share a few points which I have learned from my doctors' associations and pharmacists' associations. Sir, let the council be chaired by eminent person with scientific background. As per the bill, Honorable Minister will be chairing the council. And I think if the sanctioning authority is the chairperson of the council, there would be a conflict of interest for any new proposals. We should encourage intellectuals and allow them to research and innovate. Anyway, Honorable Minister would be the final authority to sanction such proposals. Sir, one more notable point is 36 members of the proposed council are drawn from Ministry, NIPERS, AICTE, CISFR, Pharmacy, Pharma Industry and Parliament. It is obvious that, sir, only 1/3 of the proposed council will be scientists or academicians. The rest of them will be politicians or executives. Sir, let us keep the intellectuals in the forefront and let us allow them to compete with international researchers. Sir, regarding gender equality, the bill proposes nothing in that regard. We call all forms of nature as mother. We call Bhudevi, Lakshmi, Parvati, Saraswati, Ganga Mata. For every nature we give a female name. But astonishingly, we have not reserved a single seat for women in this bill, sir. Out of 36 members, we have not reserved at least one seat. It is also to be taken care of, sir. We are aware that the sex ratio in India is 1020 when compared to 1000 males in India. But this has to be taken care of at every step, sir. Sir, I have a noteworthy point for all politicians of India with regards to Andhra Pradesh. We can learn something from our Honorable Chief Minister, Sri Y.S. Jagannath Reddy, sir. Sir, our Chief Minister has reserved more than 50% of posts in the governing bodies of all institutions to BCs, SCs, STs and minorities and 50% to women. Sir, please note that we are winning all elections in Andhra Pradesh for the past 2.5 years. Then what is the secret? The secret lies in social justice and gender equality. So this is a trend-setting attitude of our Honorable Chief Minister, sir. Sir, we have nearly 10,000 pharma companies in India, but only 50 of them have their own research facilities. Allow pharma industry to utilize research facilities at NIPERS. I think this would go a long way in research orientation and innovations to happen in India. Sir, we have been called as research pharmacy of the world, but let us be called as research lab of the world, sir. Sir, I would recommend to Minister to incentivize the scientists. For example, a professor who invents at least 2 drugs per year should be awarded suitably. And incentivize the industry. We have become masters of reverse engineering, sir. We are producing more bulk drugs, but we are producing very few new drugs. The anomaly needs to be corrected, sir. Incentivize the industrialist for every patent he holds. This will boost research in private sector also. And last comes the funding of the NIPERS. Sir, we are producing just certificates but not research scholars. We are not able to get drug patents in good numbers. We should realize the pharmacy is the backbone of medical care in India, sir. Sir, we all know that we reap the fruits of the seeds we sow. We need to allot funds in multiples of what we are doing now. We allot thousands of crores of rupees for crisis mitigation, but we fail to invest few hundreds for research. So we all know prevention is better than cure, sir. So let us fund more to pharmaceutical research. Let us prevent the crisis rather than tackling the crisis. Sir, our position in medical instruments manufacturing is very dismal. We pay huge price for very small instruments imported from small countries like Japan and Germany, and this reflects in the medical bills of our hospitals. So we have become experts in space technology, but we are not able to manufacture small medical instruments. To circumvent this operation, sir, government should provide research facilities at all NIPERs. So people are spending huge amounts on diagnostics. Let us allow NIPERs and such other institutions to innovate and bring economical diagnostic techniques to our people. Sir, one important point regarding drug trials is India is facing a silent agony regarding drug trials. Many poor Indians are suffering silently in drug trials. Many people are dying. It is painful to say that most of these sufferers belong to BC, SC, ST, and minority communities. We do not have a registry for such trials. We are not taking action on defaulters. Sir, it is a dubious distinction that foreign companies are conducting trials in India through collaborations of Indian companies. Sir, let us all make all the drug trials accountable. And regarding curriculum of NIPERs, it needs to be market driven. Today, our colleges are teaching how to make tincture iodine. Tincture iodine was taught around 30-40 years back, sir. Still, we are teaching our students about tincture iodine. So we need to teach them more about drug delivery and other modern methods. We need to upgrade our obsolete curriculum, sir. There is a paradox in pharma sector. Like, we have a huge number of pharmacists in India, nearly 8 lakhs, but most of them are unemployed. Likewise, we have very good number of vacancies in pharma companies. So this paradox is because of qualitative and quantitative mismatch between talent. We are not able to transfer technology from institutions to industry. The fault is with policymakers. Fault is not with the youth, sir. Our youth are highly talented, which is proven in software sector. So we need to groom them and train them appropriately, even in pharma sector, sir. Sir, presently, this bill says there are 3 institutions governed by 3 ministries. The Pharmacy Council of India is monitored by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. AICT is governed by Ministry of Education, and NIPERs are governed by Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. Hope the proposed council shall give an intermediate interdepartmental coordination also, sir. Sir, there should be a better coordination between institution and industry. For this, we need to create industry-ready talent, not just production of certificates. We need to train our pharmacists as we train our soldiers, sir. Because the future wars are COVID-like wars. We have learned a very costly lesson from the COVID. So this is the lesson of the century, sir. Sir, I'll just conclude in 1 minute, sir. Many pharmacy colleges in India are empty. Many colleges are closing down. We need to improve the job opportunities to pharmacy graduates, sir, or else this downside cannot be checked. Regarding pharmacy practice in India, which is not there as of now, we are not using the services of pharmacists in clinics, sir. They can help us in personalized pharmacotherapy, counseling of patients, follow-up of patients. They can train them to identify drug side effects at an early stage. Sir, finally, nowadays we speak of more of politics and less of science, sir. We have seen in COVID, whole world was speaking, 90% was politics and 10%, at least now in this post scenario, let there be 90% of science and 10% of politics, sir. Sir, in conclusion, I hope that the National Institute of Pharmaceutical Education Research Amendment Bill would start a new era of research in India. I urge the Government of India to accept all recommendations of the Standing Committee on Chemicals and Fertilizers and expedite the establishment of NIPERs in all states. Sir, we have lost NIPER to Hyderabad after division of the state. So I humbly request the Minister to sanction one NIPER to Andhra. Thank you, sir. Jai Hind.
श्रीरंग अप्पा बारने जी
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय,